Fantastic Four. A movie franchise they've just never been able to seem to get right. Their latest attempt was in 2015 with Fantastic Four, which the fans call Fan-4-Stick. And I want to analyze what went wrong here. Why is this movie so hated? I know when I saw it, I didn't think it was nearly as bad as everybody thought it was. But upon rewatching it, I started to see a few more flaws. My guess as to why it's such a hated movie is two words: studio interference. Studio interference is when the studio of a movie interferes with the vision of the filmmaker and the writer and the actors. This movie was interfered with by the studio just to make it more like a Marvel movie, a DC movie. It's a little hard to tell. This movie could have been a brand new view of this iconic team. A look at them from a different perspective. I know the director wanted this to be some kind of a horror movie. A movie of the likes of a Cronenberg film. Cronenberg is... And they just couldn't get this movie right. They had the whole film planned out. But now... this movie was bogged down with reshoots. I didn't really notice them the first time I saw it. Second time I saw the movie, though, they were a lot more clear. For example, take a look at the Invisible Woman's hair. In the earlier parts of the film, it's clearly her real hair, or it's a better wig. As the movie goes on, though, her hair becomes more fake. Another reason this movie isn't liked as very much is because they took some creative liberties with the characters. I don't have any issues with spicing it up a little bit, giving us something we haven't seen before. But we haven't seen the Fantastic Four done correctly yet. So I feel like this was not the time to do that. Maybe if they waited until they had got it right in the first place to do something a little bit more different, then maybe this movie would have been accepted. Another reason I feel like this movie isn't liked all that much is the effects. While the effects aren't bad, they aren't great. At least by 2015 standards. People analyze and discuss what would make a good Fantastic Four film. And as a fan of the comics, I'd say this movie almost has everything you need. If the studio just didn't interfere with it, then maybe we would have gotten the movie. movie we've all been waiting for. The movie the fans have been clamoring for since the 60s. Maybe when Marvel finally gets their hands on these characters, they'll be done with some justice. Or maybe we can get something like the Snyder Cut of the Fantastic Four. Personally, I would love to see the original vision come to life of this movie. Another reason I feel like fans of the Fantastic Four weren't too thrilled with this movie, it all comes down to character. The Thing, typically known to have pants, doesn't in this movie. Mr. Fantastic, typically known to be an older man with a gray streak through his hair. He doesn't have that. The Human Torch, typically known to be a white, blonde guy, is not that in this movie. I don't have any issues with these changes personally, but I know some people do. The Invisible Woman, known to have real hair, wears a wig. And I feel like maybe her wig was a part of a plot line that was cut out. I had read an article that was an interview with the director, and he talks about how there was a whole plot where Sue Storm had cancer. So maybe that cut plot line explains why she wore a wig. Another reason I feel like this movie doesn't work as well as it should is its villains. The villain only shows up at the end just to take over a planet with no life on it. I guess he just enjoys rocks. He shoots a giant laser into the sky, trying to pull the clouds in with him. But then Mr. Fantastic regains his strength and stands up to him, pulling him into the trap, killing the villain. Killing off the main villain this soon is an odd choice, but one that with the right team behind it, I think I could respect. But this is just not the team. The Fantastic Four definitely fumbles in a few areas. It definitely isn't the perfect representation of these iconic comic book characters. And it definitely isn't the best movie. But I think there's something to be said about it. It was trying to be different. It wanted to be something new. But due to studio interference, it wasn't able to. And that's just not right. A bunch of people in a boardroom who have no creative bones in their body should not be the ones making this movie. It should be the free thinkers, the creatives, the people with a burning passion, not the people in suits leading the way. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Charlie Q review of Fantastic Four. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this movie and why you don't think it works, or maybe why it does work. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching.